The climate is changing because of burning fuel and cutting down of trees, amongst other factors. And as a result, the world is burning. I mean, the world is on fire. And over 3 million acres of land have burnt in California alone since 2017. Since the beginning of 2019, there have been over 121,000 wildfires in Brazil, and more than half of those have been in the Amazon rainforest alone. Sadly, this gets worse. In the city where I'm from, where I grew up, Port Harcourt, the oil capital of Nigeria, in Africa, we've had this burning of fuel and cutting down of trees in an unending series. A series of illegal bunkering of oil refining which pollutes the air with coal-black colored smoke and soot. I mean, a series of civil defense, soldiers and supposed law enforcement agents apprehending the perpetrators of this grave act and burning their tanks and vessels of illegally refined fuels and diesels, leaving the air even more polluted. I remember waking up on 25th December 2018, and the first thing that I could notice was the smoky atmosphere in my bedroom, which made me think that the grilling and roasting of the Christmas chicken and turkey has started so early on this day. Sadly, that wasn't the case. I got up at this point, I looked out, and I noticed that the atmosphere was cloudy and dusky. It was a dark shade of grey, tilting towards becoming black. I walked to the balcony and leaned towards the railings, and I could see my clean hands turn black already. And then I started to get bothered. I could also hear my neighbor out in the field complaining about the blackness in her nostrils as she tried to clean it that morning. At this point, the news was already making the headlines across TV and radio houses, across newspapers. It was the emergence of the black soot. It settled on our waters, hovered in the air, and damaged our lungs. The city went wild with protests and riots, time and again. But sadly, it was all to no avail. I remember a medical doctor from the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, Dr. B.A. Briggs, explained how there had been an increase in respiratory illnesses, some of which were acute and others chronic. I remember one of my mentors, an environment professor, speak about the historic Port Harcourt up until the early 90s. And he talked about the landscape that characterized it. In recent times, we've lost that garden city status, and this leaves our future in an overwhelming jeopardy. A future of rising tides and amplified flooding, global warming and desertification. Indeed, a devastating future. But this future, I do not accept it, because an error does not become a mistake unless you refuse to correct it. We can redirect this. We can shortchange the narrative. Together, my good people of River State, let us restore our garden city. Join me on this climate revival project. Rather than sit back and complain or rain abuses and insult the people you think should fix the ills and odds, you too can be the change, you and I. If not you, then who? If not right here, where? If not right now, when? So take up the mantle of leadership and step up to the occasion and join me as we restore our garden city, as we embark on the climate revival project and plant 5,000 trees in 5 days with volunteers and participants from all walks of life. Let's act with folded sleeves and bended knees and do the work. Together, let us be the change, because the change we all seek begins with us, you and I. Mother Earth is also an organism. Let us cherish, love and protect her. Don't choke her. Don't suffocate her. Because if she dies, we all die. So let us lend our voices, time and energy to protect Mother Earth and stop illegal bunkering and refineries and stop black soot pollution and emission.